Happy New Year, everybody. So we finally made it. 2022. It's January 1st. I'm out for a New Year's Day hike. I'm at my local, it's called Navarino. It's this wildlife area. Get up by the road here. There's some cars coming, but it goes way down there. As far as you can see down there, it's like 14,000 acres, something like that. It's just ridiculous. But I'm out for a day hike, and there's a geocache out here that I've been trying to find for the last couple years. Cannot find it, so that's what we're doing. If you're not familiar with what a geocache is, I'll explain that to you on the way. And I got my brand new camera, the Sony A7 IV, so we're kind of doing a little test run on it. So let's hit the trail and see what happens. I forgot to mention before, it is a balmy 14 degrees out, so a little chilly. So, now what is a geocache if you're not familiar with that? It's basically a, almost like a GPS scavenger hunt. People will hide a container somewhere out and about, and sometimes it's just a logbook, sometimes they'll put little trinkets in it, and then they post the GPS coordinates online. And then you get to go out and find it. So now this one's probably about 1.5 miles in, and there's no real quick way to get to it. And now I've tried several times over the years, and every time I get right where the GPS coordinates say, and I just cannot find it. And then I'll look online, and there's comments where other people have found it since then. So it's kind of slap in the face. It's right there in front of me and I just can't find it, so now we're trying again. And you can see here on both sides of me, goes all the way over there, and all that open area there. This whole area is probably like 60% swamp and marshland. Last couple years, a bunch of the trees have been painted with red and green stripes. I'm guessing based on the ones that are left have green, so like right here's a couple of red. They're probably going to come out. There was a sign in one other section around here where they're talking about every, I don't know, 10 years or so they'll kind of clear out a section just because of all the thick scrub brush and all that stuff. I think they said it helps prevent fires. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's definitely nice from a hunting perspective because this place is just nasty to try to see anything. Okay, I made it to, we're real close to it. Man, this area looks so different now that they cut everything down. This field right here, about 4 years ago I want to say, there was a lightning strike and there's a brush fire, and all this was nothing but charred. I think there was 19 acres that they lost. Luckily they got out here in time and put it out before it could spread and trash everything else. location, but as you can see around me, everything's been logged out and clear cut, so it's either been found or destroyed, unfortunately. But it got me out of the house for a few hours, so that's alright. Alright, let's make our way back. Well, on the walk out, since it is New Year's Day, New Year, might as well reflect a little bit on last year. So I would say I definitely had a pretty good year when it comes to the backpacking and hiking. If we start all the way back to February, I was able to make that road trip down to Georgia, where I went to Cumberland Island with senior hiker Kevin, the typical hiker, Dan, the wandering monk, RVA hiker girl, and Ice Bear hikes. That was a very fun trip. In fact, unless something comes up to change the plans, I'll be going there again this year in February. Another one I had was in end of April. I did the Lower Michigan Triple Crown with Jason Wish. That was a very fun 3-day trip. It was three trails, approximately 20 miles apiece, and we that was over 3 days. And let me think. Another time I was able to get out to Kettle Moraine for an overnight with my friend Derek, D-Rock Outdoors. We gone out a few times. That's always fun. I didn't film anything with that one. I think my next one was my overnight trip to Pictured Rocks when I did the trail just over 2 days. So that was kind of cool. And shortly thereafter, I was back up to Pictured Rocks for an overnight where I met up with Tom Walker and his wife Nancy from Following Walker's World. That was a fun overnight trip. And a little while after that, I went back up to Pictured Rocks again, and I did a 4-day trip up there with Tim, backpacking with Buckley. That was definitely a fun trip. I was glad to be able to take him. That was kind of a bucket list hike for him. And then I was able to get out with Miyagi. Him and I went down to Kettle Moraine and we hiked the whole northern section. We were just shy of 32 miles, so I could set my daily record, which we definitely accomplished. That was a fun trip. And the last one I went on was with Mike from Out on Trail. We did about a 15-mile section of the Ice Age Trail. That was another fun one, and we got plans for this year I mean, do some more sections of the Ice Age Trail. I think those were all the big ones that I did, so if I went with you and I forgot, I totally apologize. It's just a lot to try to remember. Moving forward this year, like I mentioned, I got Cumberland Island coming up again. There's Alabama. There's a Triple Crown hike down there I'll be doing shortly. And there's a super secret challenge hike coming up in the future here, which I'm not ready to talk about. It's still in the planning stages, but I'm definitely looking forward to that one. That one's gonna hurt, but it's definitely gonna be a record breaker for me. All right, enough yapping, I better get hiking. Back to my truck. We clocked in about 2.5 miles. Unfortunately, we didn't find what we were looking for, but that's all right. It was still good to get out. So thanks for coming along with me on this nice cold Wisconsin day. I always appreciate you guys watching, especially if you stuck around this long. If you do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you already haven't, and we're gonna see you guys next time.